Howdy, shipmates, and welcome back. It's Patrick once again with another video. I mean, this is like 3 in 3 weeks. It's amazing. Even if one of them was just, a little placeholder to make sure I still knew how to use my editing software. But tonight, we are coming at you with the brand new sourcebook for Star Trek Adventures 2nd Edition. And it's one I've been waiting for. It is the Species Sourcebook, and it is just what it sounds like. It is just been, as of this morning, released for pre-order. If you do the pre-order, which I will list the links in the description, but if you make your pre-order for the hard copy, you get the PDF right now. Now, I was provided a review copy, but before we get going too fast and furious on this thing, if you like what you're seeing here, like the video, tell your friends about it. If you haven't already, subscribe. Last time I looked, we were at 401. I've crossed another threshold on my way to my personal goal of 500. I thank everyone who has shown up, who has stuck around. If you're a long-time subscriber, thank you kindly. Appreciate it. But like and subscribe and do all the YouTube things like I'm always asking you to do. But now let's let us jump and take a look at the Species Sourcebook. Got to get my camera adjusted one of these days. Anyway, this is the cover, in case you couldn't figure that one out. Our usual cast of characters. And here is the table of contents. And guys, there are 60 species new to Star Trek 2nd Edition. Star Trek Adventures 2nd Edition, that is. Some of these are moved over from 1st edition source books. A lot of them are new. But it's a wide selection. We're going to flip through them very, very quickly. Just because. As usual, it's got a quick introduction explaining about the supplement. It's got some, as usual, great art. A quick introduction in the chapter. And it's not just a list of species and their stats. It's got a lot of little sidebars like this. Species variants. For instance, the Euralians, mostly they are winged bird people, but there is a variant that does not have wings. And these are all listed. But a quick explanation of what you're going to find. Some rules clarifications. They appear quite liberally throughout this book, and then right into the various species. You got androids. Each species is a 2-page spread, just like in the core rule book. They've got rules backgrounds, some in-universe personal logs, extra talents, but they've got the traits. They've got the species ability, and with androids, for instance, you can play everything from Ruck to Soji Asha from Picard, and just about everything in between. You got Aurelians. Again, they mentioned the variant. Barzans. Things that go wrong with Barzan breathing gear, because Barzans have to have a special atmosphere. Benzites. Betelgeusians. Bolians. The Breen. Not everything is what you consider traditional hero species, but we've seen all sorts of characters from all sorts of walks of life in the various TV shows and movies. Brickars, Binars, Cations, Cetaceans, Comaloids. I did a video on section 31, and this was a very welcome addition. Rules for changelings, finally. Temerians, or the children of Tama. Deltans, Dosians, Ephrodsians, Elorians, Exocomps, Grazerites, Holograms. Yes, you can now have player character photonics. Horta. I know several people have been looking for player character Horta rules. Well, here they are. More information on augments, Illyrians, Jemadar. Like I said, not all of them are traditionally hero species, but you never know. The Kelleran, you can now play Raynor from Discovery. Kelpians, of course. Smooth-headed Kucha. I know I butchered the pronunciation there. Klingons. Miglimo, the Cloakans. Katarians. Quajan. Kazinti. Lanthanites. Liberated Borg. Lurians with a beautiful full head of luxurious hair. Medusans, Nanakins. I know not everybody was thrilled with the Section 31 movie, but they're an option now. Nausicans, the Ocampa, Blue Orions, Osnullus, Paclids, Remans, Regelian Kelons, Regelian Gelna, Rysians, Saurians, the Sona, Talaxians, Terrans, in case you feel like doing some mirror universe stuff. Also, guidance on how to do other mirror universe variants on species. The Valnakat, Vorta, Zahians, and all 5 Zindi variants: the aquatics, the arboreals, the insectoids, the primates, and the reptilians, Iridians, and Zakdorn. And I tried not to linger too long on any of those, but with everything in this book and the core rule book, you can now play any leading character from any of the series between TOS up to Discovery. With the exception, there's no melanoid slime worms. You can't play Murph out the gate. But that's what this chapter is all about: creating original species, or adapting ones that haven't made it across yet. A little bit of that. The index. And there is your there's your back cover. I didn't want to get too thorough into any of these, but I mean, if you can see over my right shoulder there, you can tell that I had some love for the Cations and the Aurelians because of the characters a couple of my kids played in one of our campaigns. But this is a very, very welcome addition. I was so happy to see it turn up because that's one of the things I've been looking for in the last couple, 3 books is species write-ups. So to have a whole pile of them just dropped on me like that, that is very, very pleasing to me. I wish they had done more, but it's like a 132-page book plus, the in papers and the PDF is 140 pages, so the actual physical book, you're looking at about, about 134 pages of information, including the index. But it is, in my opinion, an extremely good mix of stuff that's the very popular species that have been previously published in first edition books and a bunch of new species that I was happy to see turn up. The species from from Prodigy, for instance, very happy to see that show up. That was probably my daughter's favorite show, and she has voiced a desire to possibly play in that particular setting with maybe some of those character types. I was very happy to see several of the species that got a lot of face time in Discovery, especially the 32nd century of Discovery. I was happy to see them. I was honestly, like I said, I was hoping for more because it's one of the favorite things for me is to have a lot of different species available for play. But I'm not complaining. It is a very good book. I've had a chance to look through quite a few of these write-ups. Haven't done a detailed read on all of them yet, but as I said, I like the fact that you can now play leading characters from pretty much all of the series that were available at the time the book was written. Starfleet Academy had not come out yet, so we didn't know about a couple of the new species that were going to turn up in that show. Uh, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to give this one a 10. Straight up, I loved this book. I think it's enormously useful for any era of play, for any approach you want to take. Uh, if the species you are really looking for isn't in there, there are rules for creating your own or adapting uh, previous edition work. There's a lot of room. Another one of these books could come out anytime. There are over 100 species put out for first edition, and really all you have to do is come up with a species ability for some of the ones that did not make it across just yet. But I'm very happy with the book. I think you will be too. I think you should go out and pre-order it immediately. Again, links are going to be down in the description of this video. There are going to be a lot of discussions of this going forward. It only released a pre-order this morning. So I urge you to go to Modiphius's site and pre-order a copy, get the PDF, and see for yourselves what you think of it. I would like to take this opportunity, as I always do, to thank the members of my Patreon. Right now, my two patrons are Lars DeSenza and Robert Loper, and they keep my caffeine flowing, and I can't thank them enough for that. Like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Thank you so very much for showing up and continuing to show up. I will be back with more soon as I can. Live long and prosper, guys. Have a good evening, and we will see you in the next one.